Okay, got my notes, got my little recorder here. I'm gonna do this in this corner now. It's kind of a new little space, new setup that I've got going. It's not done yet. Alright, so hello. Today's gonna be super chatty because I'm still trying to figure out the algorithm and what works best. So I don't know if a mini vlog is gonna do it, or maybe just captions. I don't know. Who wants to listen to me talk for 20 minutes? Not everybody. So, first half is a mini vlog of my daily tasks, and then the second half is going to be a little drawing and painting of a still life that I did. Okay, so with Valentine's Day around the corner, I'm going to talk about some things that I do for self-care, because I feel like that's been kind of a theme for the past 2 or 3 years. I don't use a ton of makeup on my chill days if I just want to look normal. I just cover my red marks with concealer and just add some mascara, maybe eyeliner, and then boom, I'm done. This makes me feel pretty without having to try too hard on a regular basis. Also, I can't see because I'm blind as a bat, so I actually don't use this mirror. I go into a different room that has a standing mirror so I can get a couple of centimeters from the reflection. I love my glasses, so I can't really get rid of them, so I just put up with the fact that I have to get super close to a mirror. Let's go downstairs. Okay, so my house doesn't usually look like this, but I'm moving, so I had to move around the couch and my daughter's hutch to make it not feel so messy, but it still ended up looking messy. Also, this was at the end of January. I needed to take down my Christmas stuff and needed to put up my Valentine's Day stuff, which is just around the corner. Another self-care thing that I do is cleaning usually. It's not glamorous, but I really enjoy cleaning up spaces, getting rid of things I don't need, and making an area feel really cozy. I try to make every season feel cozy, but Christmas just has, this glow, especially in the dead of night in winter, that other holidays obviously just doesn't have the same effect. I have so many Christmas decorations in my house, and by the time I take everything down, honestly, it looks so bare. So, trying to work on that, trying to get, more decorations for other holidays and whatnot. I love making the snowflakes and having the little trinket trees. It's kind of like a snowy, glowing forest, especially at night when the tree is on and everything was just cozy. I don't know. You don't need to have a fireplace to be cozy. Also, this tree is an IKEA tree, if you were wondering. It was actually perfect for this space. Like, I've had really big Christmas trees in the past, and they've been real, and it's nice and everything. They smell amazing, but getting rid of them after the season was over is so difficult. I'd rather shove a tree in a box, honestly. And the IKEA tree has like a mixture of like the plastic stuff and I don't know what other material they use. So it looks like a real Christmas tree, which I thought was nicer than the ones that are obviously plastic. Also, I don't know if you noticed this, but I actually changed my shirt because it was so hot upstairs. And then I regretted it coming back downstairs because it was cold downstairs and I was wearing a t-shirt. And as of right now, I'm not even in that house anymore because I moved and I've been sick, which you might be able to tell in my voice, but I moved and I'm sick and everything's a mess and I'm trying so hard to stay sane, but it's so difficult when I just can't get my work done, I guess, in a clean environment. That really affects me mentally. I think that's another reason why I clean so much is because otherwise, if my space isn't clean, I feel like mentally it's not really clean up there in my brain. So here's this cute little Valentine's box that I made last year. I don't know what I'm gonna put in it, but it's cute and it's gonna be for decoration. My mom is so kind and she loves to make quilts and spends a lot of time doing it. And so I have little wall hanging quilts for each holiday and season, and I personally think it's super cute. So here's the wall hanging for Valentine's Day. So cute. I love it. So after I cleaned up a little bit, I was like, I'm going to make a little cake. Just something easy. I wanted to make this sweet cake bread that I found on Pinterest. I always find my recipes on Pinterest. And it basically was like oil, flour, sugar, eggs, salt, milk, and butter. I'm pretty sure that's everything. But it was so simple to make. Baking is another form of self-care for me. I'm always trying out a new recipe. It's pretty much my full-time side hobby, is trying to make new recipes and find the best ones. And then I basically try everything I pin. There's not often a lot of recipes that I haven't tried that are pinned to my Pinterest. And usually I'm over all the baking by the end of the holidays and the end of the year. But for whatever reason, this time around, I didn't feel like I got to do it enough. So I have since also made espresso brownies and pumpkin crumble. I guess the deep flavors of autumn were just clearly still calling to me, which obviously was a little bit of a contrast to the vanilla cake-like bread. It turned out really good. I liked it. I think I like light flavors more than shaded dark flavors, but I love autumn and pumpkin spice and that stuff, and I wasn't over it, so that's why I made that stuff. Also, I don't know if you can tell, but I've got cookies on the counter in the front of the camera. I was definitely pre-gaming with that snack. I know most people don't like those sugar cookies, but I love them. It's like a guilty pleasure. And while the cake was cooking, I studied for about 45 minutes some Japanese. I'll get into that in a different video, but yeah, I study languages with my free time, and I'll talk about my language learning journey in a different video. The cake cooked all the way through the first time and turned out great. It was quite sweet and honestly would go super well with a cup of coffee. Of course, I also had to share it with my daughter and had to put it away. Okay, so we finally reached that point. It's painting time. Oh man, my cute little still life. I hated it when it was first done, but I love it now. The still life image is inspired by Still Here Still Life on Instagram. I'm in love with their little challenges they do weekly. I don't do one every time, but I always come back to it if I need like a fun little side project. I don't know why, but the layout of the photos are especially fantastic. I think secretly I'm just in love with food photography, and I always feel like I have to draw them. Hello. Okay, I'm over on this side now. Because I filmed this originally as just a short, but then I wanted a longer version of it. So you get me on the other side of the screen this time. And I'm going to be real time watching it, voice recording it, and video recording it here. So what you don't see that I did, I did mess up. I messed up really bad. The drawing, so I actually had to erase it all in the beginning, and what you see is a fixed version, but in the very early stages I did have to fix it. So here I'm probably just thinking about the shadows and putting in just the basic flat colors of things. More shadows. I really cared about getting all of the background elements in first. Also, I'm so sorry, there's like a little time skip. That's when my camera on my phone turned off and I didn't realize it, so I had to turn it back on. I actually ended up really loving this piece because of the colors. I think it kind of ends up turning out looking like it glows, and I think the blue and the red are really nice little compliments. It's kind of like a salmon pink and an orangey red, I think, is the colors. And then a very lime green. I don't think the Coke was a very great representation of the image, but together with my entire piece, I think it looks fine because it all has like the same proportions, the same colors, the same way that I painted it, so it makes sense. But yeah, and then I painted everything darker because if you know gouache, or if you don't know gouache, I will say that I kind of do mid-tones first, and then I make everything darker as I go, and then the very last step, I do whites, which I know most people don't do. Most people start with the darks first. I don't. I start with flat colors first, and then I build on top of that. And so in this particular piece, I did all of the flat colors first, and then darkened up all of the shadows later. And then, as I said before, I did the whites on top of that. I really didn't know how to approach the bottom table, like the underside shadow of the red retro table. I don't know what that's called. Because it was quite triangular. Oh, look, and here I go. I'm adding the shadows because they need to be darker. This is like the part where the painting looks realistic when I add these little highlights and darker edges. Honestly, I kind of regret not doing more sparkly shinies. I think I should have done more. And the milk dish was a complete disaster the whole time. I did not know how to paint the colors very well. I don't know how it managed to end up turning out so good in the end, because the whole time I was thinking, when is this gonna look correct? And it just really never did, I feel like, until the very end. And then, of course, I go back in with color pencil. I do this just so the complementary color kind of pops off the page. And I just wanted to make sure that I really got the blue shadowy parts out there. I think this is about around the time where I realized, oh, it's not dark enough. I actually took a picture of it with my phone and realized, oh, those are not the right values at all. I have to fix this. And I think it took me 4 times to go over the painting to get it dark enough. Oh, and then my favorite part. I love revealing it with the clean edges. It's probably the best feeling in the entire world. And it makes me want to frame every piece that I do when I take off the tape. Yeah, there it is. There's the finished piece. Yay! Okay, well that's the end of my little mini vlog adventure with a little bit of art involved. I hope you liked it. I might try a captioned version next time of a mini vlog just to see how that goes. Who knows? Or maybe you guys like the more podcasty version. You let me know, okay? And I'm trying to keep up on time doing these videos. It might slow down. It might slow down just a little bit, but I promise I'm still making art and I'm still going to show it. Still gonna make videos about it. It's just gonna take me a little bit more time to get it out there. Anyways, thanks for watching the little mini vlog and I'll see you later.